the channel. What if you could be financially free in 5 years? Would you learn a few skills to get you there? I think the answer would be yes, and that's exactly what I'm doing. 2025 is all about affordable housing investing. If you guys don't know, I'm Alex Barnett. I'm a mobile home flipper, and this year we're going to be diving into an awesome new exit strategy, which is co-living, rent by the room. And this is amazing for two reasons. One, it helps with affordable housing and the housing crisis, especially here in California, but we're looking nationwide because we got a nationwide affordable housing issue. And then number two, as an investor, you're able to increase your cash flow by sometimes, 2x amounts than just your traditional long-term rental. So in order for you to become financially free through buy and hold rentals, you need to master two things. One of them is deal analysis. And the second is raising capital, because obviously, yes, you could put your own money in, but you're not going to be able to scale. You're not going to be able to get your portfolio big enough for you to hit that monthly cash flow amount to cover your bills and, whatever else comes along. That's when you're actually financially free, when you're able to cover all your expenses times 2. So that's what we're going to be focusing on. Today, we're going to be looking at a duplex in Atlanta. I'm going to walk you through the whole process so you can start doing the same thing yourself, and you can start analyzing deals. And then if you need to raise capital, you can either come to me, I can help you get the funds, or, if you want to learn how to raise capital, I'm going to have more videos on that later on. But I want you guys to start focusing on this deal analysis, because that is really going to unlock your mind to what a good deal actually is. So without further ado, let's jump on into it. Alrighty, like I said, we're going to be looking at a duplex in Atlanta. Now, this is an amazing site. This is called Padsplit, and this is exactly what I'm going to be using as sort of the Airbnb of the co-living. So what they do is they host the rooms in each of the properties according to, where they are, and then people can come on to this site and sign up for it. So for example, let's go ahead and look at this really quick. Since we're going to be looking at Atlanta, we'll type in Atlanta, Georgia. And the reason Atlanta is good is because that's where they originally started. So you can see here, so like this house, $360 per week in this house. Not the best photos. Definitely some room for growth here, but it's a really cool, and they only have one room left. So let's take a look at this really quick. So this house, 7 rooms, 3 bathrooms. They have 1 room left, meaning they have 6 of them already leased. So let's do some quick math really quick. Let me pull up the calculator here. So let's just say they're all 360. Whoops. 360 times 7 times 4.3 weeks in a month. This person's making $10,000 a month on this property alone. Whereas, let's just say it's it was probably like a 4-3 before, and then they added a couple more rooms. And we can just take a look at, let's just say, if this is a long-term rental, let's just say, okay, we're going to look at Atlanta, just so you guys can really grasp this. 4.3 check rents. This is a different site. Average $3,000. So they're making an extra $7,000. So two things are happening here. More people have this property available to them because they put in 3 extra bedrooms. So now 3 other people that may be looking for an affordable stay, an affordable rental, are getting that, as well as this person is cash flowing like crazy. And I went to a meetup where this guy was talking about this, and he's saying he wants to incentivize investors to create solutions for the housing crisis, because then it incentivizes people to create more. So that's exactly what they're doing. So I love this whole pad split idea. That's what we're doing. Enough about that. Let's go ahead and jump in here. Now, this is the property that we're going to be looking at. Grant's joining the chat. What up, my brother? Thank you, sir. Good friend. Yeah, I'm going over co-living right now, which I want to do in Hawaii as well. If you guys don't know Grant, you need to. He's the man of the islands. So I'm looking at this here in Atlanta. So I'm going to take you through my whole process for underwriting. And really all it is this is a super creative finance real estate investment calculator by good friend Michael Manott. So this thing pretty much has everything. Okay, co-living in Hawaii is crushing. That's what I need to do then. I need to do that. And it totally makes more sense. It makes the cash on cash just make more sense, because I think I saw on another post where you said, on Oahu, you're probably going to be, your entry fee is going to be somewhere between 80 and 100, which understandable. It's you're living in paradise at that point. So in order to maximize that, you throw in a couple more rooms. The rents are already high there. It's a win-win for everybody, since they only have a limited amount of space available. It's a win-win. So we definitely need to connect on that when I'm not on the microphone. But let's go ahead and jump in here. Yeah, okay. Hilo good, Kona hard, but can. Okay, this is what I'm saying. I'm downloading all the information about Hawaii right now. Grant is on top of it. So we're looking at this. This was actually a duplex. I'm just going to name this right here so you guys can see the address. Hotlanta. And let's get all the information. So we're going to take a look. It's a 3-2 times 2. So we're going to put a 6-4 because it's just 2 sides. It's a duplex, and each of them have a 3-2, which is really nice. And then each side is 1,040, meaning that total square foot is 2,080. So that's great right off the bat. Just kind of put all this information in here. Duplex. It's a sub 2, meaning we're going to take over somebody's payments. And then we're going to do co-living. Put that in there. Boom. Easy enough. And then our management strategy is going to be pad split. A lot of people will will tell you it needs to cash flow as a long-term, but it just depends on your risk tolerance. I'm strictly looking at these for co-living right now, so I'm just going to be focusing on that. I don't necessarily need to be, cash flowing as a long-term for, places like Hawaii or California, where you start getting into the higher priced properties. Your cash on cash, as well as the long-term cash flow isn't going to work as a long-term. So, but that's fine. So that's why we use other exit strategies. So let's come back over to this breakdown. Now, what we're looking for is all the information on this mortgage. They didn't give us an actual purchase price, but we can see right here, the mortgage balance is this. There's also $40,000 that the seller is going to carry and that we don't have to make with no interest, and we don't have to make any payments. They just want that 40,000 in 7 years, which is pretty nice. And then there is also this, what is called the entry fee, meaning that's probably going to an agent, or it's going partly to the seller and partly to the wholesaler. So we're going to add all those up together to get the purchase price. Are you doing Padsplit in Atlanta or getting someone to manage for you as a JV? I'm going to be doing Padsplit, but I'm going to have somebody else manage it. So the way Padsplit works is they'll put the people into the rooms, but then you also have to manage it. So I have that all based here in the calculator to where I'm not a good manager. I'm not going to lie. I'm not good at being necessarily, like the front facing person. So I'm just going to find the deals. I'm going to fund the deals or raise the capital, and then have Padsplit put the people in there, and then have a property manager. So that's kind of the dealio on that. But let's go ahead and put all this in here. So we got 34,651 plus that 40K that's going to the seller, plus the 35K. Whoops. 40,000 plus 35,000. Okay. Oh, the dollar sign. There we go. So that's basically the purchase price. And then the down payment is 35,000. So let's do that. That's not 10% anymore. So we'll do, just to find the percentage, if that interests you, about 9% entry fee. Not bad. Oops, I don't want all that. Sub 2 loan takeover. We already know they gave that to us. We're going to put that in here. That's the 314,651. Seller finance, loan equity, that's 40,000. So it all checks out. Monthly payment, seller finance is going to be 0, because we're not going to owe that. We're just going to have the balloon, and then the PI for the sub 2. There's actually another section that we can actually get the exact PITI, which is principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. I'm going to go over into PropStream really quick. So many friggin' softwares, but you don't necessarily need all this. I just like to have all the information so I can make an educated guess as to whether this is a deal or not a deal. So let's put the address in here. And what I'm going to do is, PropStream is really cool for this. Let's see. It's not pulling up, so maybe 9.6. It has the mortgage, attached to the property. So we can take a look at when they took this loan out, which is, the loan was for 3/23. So put that in there, and then we know right here, and it, PropStream's not 100% accurate, but we can see right here, it's saying estimated rate 566, but what the wholesaler did was they gave us the exact amount. So let's go ahead and put that in there. $6.125, 30-year term, and then we can look up on here. Where is it? Mortgage. That's when they recorded this note. There we go. Oops. Let's keep the formatting straight. There we go. So the monthly is just the PI, the principal and the interest is $19.62, but we know the whole amount is $27.63. So if we want to find the taxes and insurance, let's put this right here. This is just some extra note taking so we can really hone in on and break it down. So we're going to go the T, in the eye. So this is really cool. This is another site you can use to find out property taxes. Smart Asset. And so we're going to put in this zip code right here, and then we're going to put in our approximate home value, which is close to 340. And so we're going to be paying about 3101 in property taxes per year. So for taxes, let's go 3101 divided by 12, and that's going to be our monthly amount. And so in order to find our insurance, let's make this a $. And so in order to find our insurance, we can just take this, which is our PI, minus our T, and that should give us our insurance. Whoops. Let's do this. Divided by 12. It's actually going to be our PI minus this. Oops. Cool. Okay, yeah, here's another resource you can pop in right here as well. So, you can go to this home insurance, and we're going to go to research and data. And we just want to find by location. Here we go. We're going to research Atlanta, baby. So that's Georgia. Here we go. It's just in there. Alphabetical order shouldn't be that hard. And then we're going to go down to the bottom here. And then I think we're 030310. Yeah, average insurance premium. Boom, right there. So, oh, whoops. What was our... There we go. Here's our taxes. Divided by 12. And then we're going to get our insurance. Divided by 12. 145. Okay, there you go. So let's go ahead and move these on over here. So next we're going to go to our expenses and just start filling this all in. So we're going to go 258. And then if we want the annual, you just, yeah, there you go. You go 12 times that. And then for insurance, 145. Same thing. There you go. Okay, now let's go ahead and fill in our other expenses. And let's see here. Oh, I did something kind of cool today. What I did was I made a GPT to find out all this information regarding the utilities. So let's go in there really quick. Let me show this off. And, you know, once you get the property under contract and you're doing your due diligence, you can find out a little bit more. Right now, we just want to see, is this even a deal we should be pursuing? If you guys want this GPT, this utility GPT, go ahead and comment something down below. Comment GPT, and I will give it to you. Okay, so what I like to do is just say find the following utilities for a 2,080 square foot house in the zip code. What was it? 30310. 30310. And then I'm going to list out all these right here. I'm just going to copy and paste sewer and water, sewer, garbage. And then you're going to be paying for internet for the guests at your co-living establishment. So that's what we're going to do. So let's put that in here. Water, sewer, gas and electric. Boom. Let's see what it comes up with. Boom. So let's just take all these and put it in here. And I'm going to take the higher ones just to be sure. Water, sewer, 140. Gas and electric, 250. Garbage, 30. Landscaping. I can probably get landscaping done for $100 a month. Internets. Let's just do 70. Because you're going to want to go on the higher end because you're going to have more people in the property using up these utilities. So that gives us monthly expenses close to $3,000. And then we're going to automatically add 10% for property management. Some reserves in there. And the reserves are going to be 8% for vacancy, 10% for CapEx. And that's stuff like the big stuff. We call it a war chest. So, things if your AC breaks or, if you got to replace something, you're not scrambling and dipping into your own pocket. You already have reserves for that because it's going to happen. Okay. Now that we have our expenses, we're going to come back over to the left side and we're going to go into the entry costs. So down payment to seller, we're just going to put, I guess we can put, let's break it up. Let's do 35 all in. Okay. So we'll make it simple because sometimes it'll be like 25 to the seller, 10% to the wholesaler. Since we don't know that, we're going to make it easy. We're just going to do 35 straight up. And we'll just zero these out. So furnishing, rehab, furnishing costs, we'll just call that clean, rehab, all that stuff. We'll just leave that in there. So there's a little bit of padding. Closing costs, I'm getting about 1.5% right now for closing costs. So, and then we have admin reimbursement. That's going to be your TC. That's going to be your LLC because you're going to not be using your own money. You're going to be forming an LLC with some partners. We're going to have an inspection. And then this 35 is going to include the wholesaler's fee. So let's take that out. And then something really, really important is your carrying costs. So all this calculator is doing, it's pulling directly from these monthly expenses. And we're going to know we're going to have to spend this every month. And so it's going to take us probably about 3 months to get up and running. Some cases it won't be as long, but just count on that because especially with Padsplit, we're going to be adding a few rooms and we just want to make sure we're doing that. Okay, now let's go ahead and put in our rental income for long term so we can just see how far we are off from the long term. So let's go into the rental income here, rental income section. And we're going to use, I'm just going to use Rentometer to make it simple. And I'm going to use this address. Okay. Bedrooms 6, or let's just do a 3-2. 3-2. And we're going to just know that we're going to just double it. So about, let's just do average. Or no, let's take a look. Let's make sure, because since we're a duplex, these are probably going to be a lot of single family homes. Yeah, single family home. Okay. Single family homes. So let's see if we can find something that's similar to ours. Single family home. These are all 2000, 2000. Maybe we can get something on the, I'm going to say it's probably going to be like, yeah, maybe something closer to this. 16, somewhere between that. Because our property is pretty brand new. So let's just say 18. And since we have two sides, let's say 1800 times 2. 3600. So as you can see, is a long term, you know, we are, I mean, I guess for a long term, we wouldn't necessarily be paying for internet. But you know, it's not necessarily a deal. We're not going to be cash flowing on that, but I'm not really looking at it for that. I'm looking at it for the co-living situation. And so let's just say as is, let's just say we've got 6 bedrooms. So we'll do 4 bedrooms. So right now, without adding, well, this is what we got to do next. We got to find our pad split rates. So in order to do that, this is great. And this is one of the reasons why I love using this, is because, let's see here. Actually, you're going to sign up as a host to get this other back end information. And then we can look right at the analytics of everything here. Atlanta, baby. And where was 3-1? Oh, there we go. Okay, I clicked right on it. So as you can see, and this is great. So I can click on all these different zip codes, and it will tell me exactly how much active units they have, how much average weekly room prices are, 21 days to first booking, 31 days to your 80% occupied. So let's look at 30310. This is awesome. This is like, oh wow. So 304 for a private bathroom, 195 for a shared bathroom. That's great. They have 252 active units, 35 upcoming units. This is a good market right here. And they have all the data to back it up. So we're going to put that into our calculator. 304, 195. So let's do 304 for a couple of privates. And then we're going to do 195 for these. So as you can see, without adding any rooms with the 6 bedrooms, we are already hitting 1184 for our cash flow, and then our cash on cash return is at 22%. What if we add 2 more bedrooms? So we're going to do 6. Now we're hitting 2350 with a 35% cash on cash return. You see how crazy that is? So you're going to be cash flowing off one property, 2350. Now it is going to take your entry fee a little bit up, because we're going to have to build those 2 rooms, 6,500 each, about 13 grand. We got to furnish either of them. So our new entry is about 80 grand. But let's say you're going to be using other people's money. This calculator has everything. I'm telling you, I love this thing. If you guys want this calculator, hit me up. I'll hook you up with Michael, and he can get this to you. But yeah, this is pretty much how you're going to do everything. So let's say you want to bring on a private money partner. They're going to cover the 80 grand. You're going to do 50. The total cash flow is going to be 28,000, and then you guys are going to be splitting 14,000 per year. And then your private money partner, if he or she brings in this 80 grand, their cash on cash from just the cash flow is going to be 17%. And then their total return on investment, meaning their debt pay down, appreciation, interest payments, depreciation, all that stuff is going to be about 34% in the first year. Now let's take a look at year 5. By year 5, they've pretty much made all their cash back. So that's insane. And then their return on investment with all this stuff is up to like 200%. That's just nuts. But you're giving up 50% of your equity, and that's fine. But, especially like in the beginning when you're just getting started, partner with people, give up 50%. That's all good. Let's say a different scenario. You want to bring in just a private money lender, someone that you're just going to be paying monthly to, 12%. Your monthly payment's going to be around $800. That means your total cash flow, your monthly cash flow while you're paying your private money lender is still around 1,500. And then your cash on cash return is infinite. And that's really what you want to be focusing on. Anywhere you can get infinite cash on cash return is going to be amazing. So this, I would say, is a deal. Strictly for the co-living. Some people would say, I want it to cash flow as a long-term rental. I'm not really looking for that. I'm strictly looking for the co-living. So if you guys have any properties that work as a co-living, please keep me in mind. And just email me, alex@newlyhomes.com. But let's really quick jump into the Padsplit map again, because I love this thing. This is where they started, Atlantis. So this is where most of their, this is their bread and butter right here. But, they're starting to branch out into these other areas. There's a lot in North Carolina. There's a ton in Florida. So really, you don't have to think about it. You can look at these places, and these can be where you're focusing your search for your co-living properties. And this made me very happy. Here's Texas. Look what they just opened up. Los Angeles. Now, okay, take a look at this. Last time I checked it, there wasn't any upcoming units, but they have 3 active units, 28 upcoming units. So that's great. Los Angeles is going to crush. And we need it out here. We honestly do. Think about what just a studio out here in California right now is like $2,000. So in order to qualify for that studio, you need to be making, they say 3 times, $6,000 a month in order to afford a studio apartment. So what if instead of, spending your whole nut on your studio apartment, you paid a little bit less? Yeah, you gave up, some, not necessarily privacy. You gave up a little bit because you're living with more people in one property, but that could give you more chance to save. Then, once you save up, maybe you can make some moves. You can end up buying a place. I don't know. I think it's just a great idea. I think it's going to help ease some of the housing by creating more housing with the houses that we have, rather than focusing just strictly on development in order to make that happen. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know. Are you guys like, what do you think about this co-living investment strategy? I think it's absolutely wonderful. It goes hand in hand with our mobile homes. We love mobile homes. I flip mobile homes. If you guys have any questions about mobile homes, reach out to me as well. That's pretty much my two things, mobile homes and co-living. So I had a great time doing this live with you guys. Please subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. I'm going to be back on, I'm going to have a new video actually on Monday, and a new video Wednesday, and then I also do a podcast every Thursday. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of me. But I hope you guys are having an amazing weekend. Please share this with anybody who's looking into co-living. Again, if you have anything that would work for this situation, send it to me, alex@newlyhomes.com. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.